Alright people, we are back with another Pokemon Sword and Shield Wi-Fi battle. I'm gonna be honest, I already recorded the post-com for this battle, but recording got messed up. So I'm doing it again, but hopefully now my reactions will be a lot quicker and I'll be able to go through everything a little bit more concise. So it should be better in the long run, yeah. So this isn't live comm, this is post-com, because when I recorded this I was tired, because I had just woken up in the morning. But I wanted to battle. I was in the mood to battle, but I was not in the mood to record my voice at the time. Anyways, so Haxorus and Roserade are the name of the game here, because Roserade, oof, just look at that, Tapu Fini and Serena, gone. Now, Volcarona is a big problem, because I don't have a whole lot specifically for it. Most I can do is best I can offer you is a Rotom Heat and a Haxorus. Thankfully Haxorus is Lumberry, so we don't have to worry about the darn Flame Body too much. Anyways, they let it right off with the Serena, and I need to get the heck out of here. And I go out in the CTC. I could have also just went out on the Roserade, but I could always, my thinking was I was going to Volt Switch out with Rotom afterwards. Because they go for the power up here, but they do a pretty good chunk. I mean, if they were to set up with Volcarona, they could sweep me nearly at this point. But we're just going to go ahead. I was thinking about Will-O-Wisping here for whatever reason, but clearly the play is to Volt Switch, because I thought they would go Tapu Fini. And even if they didn't go Tapu Fini and went Landorus, I was like, oh, then I can overheat. But once they make their move, they're going to end up going out into their Volcarona. But we're going to get some nice chip here. And chip is chip for this thing, especially since it's heavy duty boots. I mean, if you're not running heavy duty boots Volcarona, what are you doing in these days? So I'm pretty sure I went, no, I tell you what I did. I was thinking about going on Amanda Buzz or Joan of Arc, but why would I go Joan of Arc? I should never go Joan of Arc. I should go Haxorus. Yep, that's right. Swap Pokemon. Come on, buddy, press it. I was still waking up here, I guess. Anyways, the goal here is to try to scare this thing out. And I figured, well, if they were to go Tapu Fini, I don't want to go for the Dragon Claw. And if they were to go Landorus, I don't want to just hit it at him with -1 attack. So I figured I could scare it out by going for the Dragon Dance. Also, if they stayed in and tried to Quiver Dance, well, I wouldn't be able to keep up with it either way because I'd be slower, but I was thinking I could be able to kill it. So I make the best mid-ground I can think of and go for Dragon Dance. And they ended up going Tapu Fini. Now, I did not have my computer at my side to do calcs, and I didn't feel like going to get it. So I was thinking, man, something just tells me I'm not going to be able to kill this thing with Poison Jab. But you know what? I'm going to try anyways. So I looked up the calc afterwards, and to defensive Tapu Fini, there's no way in heck that +1 Jolly Poison Jab kills. Maybe if it was Life Orb, but I'm not Life Orb. So I go for the Poison Jab, and we actually end up knocking it out because it was actually a offensive Choice Scarf variant. So if I hadn't have, if I hadn't instead of Dragon Dance, I would have switched out. But we take out the Choice Scarf Tapu Fini, which is excellent. And it was actually a roll. I think it was like, what did it say, like 90 to like 108 or something like that. So it was a roll, like a 50-50 chance to kill. Anyways, we are back to neutral, but I didn't really want to feel like taking any sort of damage from this thing. And I was hovering over Kyle Trask, but I ended up going Amanda Buzz because I didn't want Kyle Trask to get too low for Volcarona or for what's it called, Regieleki, because if I lost my Swampert, I mean Regieleki put in a lot of work. Well, at least a little bit, because I still have a Grass type and a Dragon type. Anyways, we're gonna go for the foul play on this thing because I was like, man, I could do a pretty good chunk. But they actually end up withdrawing, seeing as they can't do too much. And I should have thought about the fact that I didn't stay in Stone Edge, because they are actually going to be revealed to be Choice Banded. I mean, they didn't reveal in the battle, but I saw on his side. So that should have tipped me off a little bit. I was like, oh well, he's just going out to do some damage to Mandibuzz. But we end up doing a lot to Regieleki with the foul play, since it doesn't have the best defenses, but it still has decent attack. Anyways, with our Swampert, we are going to absorb this Thunderbolt real fast. And the terrain is finally gone. Now here, I believe I take this opportunity to set up Stealth Rocks, because I'm not going to get much of an opportunity after this. So Regieleki is going to continue to bounce around and switch out into the Serena. And I was like, yeah, I figured they'd go Serena. But instead of going Rotom Heat and take another 50%, I was like, well, the next... And I didn't want to take Triple Axle either on Mandibuzz. So I was like, the best play for me is to go Aegislash. And I didn't realize, man, Serena is just such a powerhouse. Because just watch how much this Power Whip does to my freaking Aegislash. And I don't have any I'm like max speed, max HP. No, I mean max speed, max special attack. So it does a pretty good chunk. I get that you can tell why they decided to lower all of its offenses and defenses by 10 to make them 140 instead of 150. So they go for the knockoff here, and they're able to knock me out. And I calced it, and it is slightly a roll. It's like 38 max for knockoff and 60 something max, 65. I don't know. I can't remember the calc off the top of my head, but it was like a roll. No wait, what was that? No, that was the that was Rotom Heat versus Volcarona. It was a roll for Serena, but he ends up misclicking as I saw it, and he told me he clicked A too fast and ended up just staying in and attacking, and I was like, well, goodbye Serena. So Swampert is now in safe hands as long as the Volcarona does not have what's it called? Giga Drain. And I didn't want this thing to set up a Quiver Dance on, because if I switched out here and it set up Quiver Dance, that's bad news for me. So what I ended up doing was simply staying in and going for the Sleep Powder. Even though it's only 70% accurate, I didn't want to go for a move and have it not do a whole lot, since if he set up to +1. So that was my safest play. So we end up going out on CTC. Like I said, this is one of the few, because I was really scared of Giga Drain on this thing, so I didn't want to take the chance. They end up not being Giga Drain. They were actually Roost, Quiver Dance, Psychic, and Flamethrower, and they're actually about to reveal the Psychic right now. So I could have also went Spadef Mandibuzz, but I didn't want it setting up a Quiver Dance on me and Roost and all that. But we go for the Overheat, and we do actually get a crit. And you know, looking at that, I think that might have actually mattered. I didn't think it did, but it says here that Overheat does 68 max with max special attack. I mean, I forget about just how bulky Volcarona is. But even if they were to do that, I still had my Swampert. And since they weren't Giga Drain, I could have easily just worn them down with Flip Turn eventually. They wouldn't have been able to do a whole lot to me. So I end up sacking off my Rotom Heat anyways. Like, it's not going to do a whole lot else in the battle. So that crit didn't... It mattered in the sake that it probably wouldn't have killed, but it didn't matter ultimately in the game. Alright, so we go Kyle Trask every single time on this Regieleki. No reason not to. And here we are, of course, going to go for the Flip Turn. As they go out in a Landorus thinking that an Earthquake, but nope, I am going for the Flip Turn to get the momentum. So they take some rocks damage, and they're also going to take some more chip with this Flip Turn real quick. Bada bing, bada boom. Now ultimately here, I'm going to, since I've lost my Rosemary, my beautiful shiny Roserade from community today, my win con here is Haxorus, because all my other mons are just bulk. So I don't want to go out and Haxorus immediately. I want to try to wear this thing down a little bit and learn more about it, because I don't know a whole lot about this Landorus yet. So based off the flip turn damage, I thought he might be offensive, but I just wanted to make sure. Because if he's defensive, my Rotom outspeeds him and can knock him out potentially with an overheat. And as it turns out, like I said, they are choice banded. But I didn't know that at the time. So they go for the choice banded Stone Edge onto CTC, and they are faster since they're jolly. Now let me just calc versus Haxorus how much that does. So we're gonna put in U Dragon Dance versus Landorus. Is there a choice band set? We'll just put in Choice Scarf and switch it to Choice Band. Where's the battle at right now? Okay, Saad. So we bring in the Haxorus, and I was like, well, if I can set up a Dragon Dance, I can win. That's my win con. So I have to go for my win con and hope that they choke. And I was like, well, I can probably live any hit that they go for. But let me just check real quick. Yeah, Choice Band and Stone Edge is just 65 to 78, and then we kill him with Dragon Claw afterwards. So they are indeed going to switch out their Landorus. They go out into their Regieleki, and I was thinking, man, well, the only thing they go for that can really kill me is Hyper Beam, but they end up only having Swift, and I think that they're choice specs, but I can't remember. Anyways, we're just gonna go for the safest play of Dragon Claw here, and they end up, I think, misplaying. I think that they should have gotten some more damage. As you'll see, just a little bit more chip damage would have mattered in the long run, because here I'm going to go for the Dragon Claw and knock him out, of course. And they take away Stealth Rocks, which didn't really matter in the long run, because it didn't affect me killing Landorus. It didn't affect me. It didn't affect my champ, because my champ's barely going to take anything from him. So they would have benefited from going for Swift or Thunderbolt. And even if they paralyzed me, I had Lumberry, so it was all good. Anyways, we're going to Dragon Claw this Landorus to death here. And ultimately it comes down to... You know, I think even if Haxorus had died, I mean, in theory, Swampert could have potentially still won. It would have been really tough, though, versus... well, no, it couldn't have won versus Machamp. I don't think so, anyways. It would have gotten too worn down over time. But we go for the Dragon Claw here. We do a solid chunk, and they go for the close combat, and we live on 1 HP. You love to see it. So with that, they activate their Guts range, and for whatever reason, they do not go for Bullet Punch. I don't know. Well, I guess I kind of spoiled it, but yeah. We go first. I was like, wait, what? They didn't kill me with Bullet Punch? And yeah, they had Bullet Punch, but they forgot to go for it. It didn't ultimately matter, because I would just go Swampert and kill them with live the close combat that I calced I live, and kill them with Earthquake. But at the end of the day, the battle decided to end there. So, GG's, you guys go check out Saad. I'll leave his channel in the description. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, maybe I'll have a shiny Togepi. I'm over 1,200 eggs in at this point, man. It's crazy. We'll see you guys in the next video.